Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Souls44, and welcome back to MC Eternal 2. And today, I'm gonna give a special shout out to a couple people because I've been playing a lot of this mod pack, not just on my own, but on a special server that Sproutlin set up just for us to play. And I'm telling you what, I'm having so much fun playing together with somebody that I understand that this pack, even though it is extremely big, is so much fun playing with a lot of people on our server. And I could see why that Mr. Adam, the mod pack author, is taking his time updating this pack. It is a mess in some senses, but for the most part, this is incredible. So I also want to shout out, I want to make sure I say the name right. Mira Belinde, Mira Belinde, a YouTuber that did complicated bees. She's the only one that I saw that actually was giving a good tutorial on complicated bees and solved my problem. I still say complicated bees kind of sucks, just because it's very time consuming. I've spent hours and hours and hours on bees, and I mean hours, meaning days of my time just to work on some bees because I couldn't figure out a better way to get diamonds. But I'm going to go through what she showed on her YouTube video. Go out and check her videos out. I'm only going to show a little bit because I did a lot of work on bees and I want you guys to see it and understand what's going on. So I bred a whole bunch of bees. Now, I spent a very long time trying to get a rocky bee and a desert bee to give me a doggone coal bee. Haha, a bituminous bee. This right here, this bituminous drone. The bituminous drone isn't impossible to get pretty quickly if you set up your apiary correctly, because I forgot to show this right here, the Apid library. It was so, I mean, it was right in my face. I don't know, maybe I was overplaying it, maybe I got tired of bees, but if you come down, where is complicated bees? Complicated bees. Where are you at? There you are. Complicated bees. If you look right here, it says craft an Apid library. Do it, because without it, you're not going to know stuff like this. And I want to put in the bituminous bee because, first of all, I'm scared to breed the bee because if I've lost the queen a few times, but I'm going to wait for a little while because if you look, you can get a conductive bee. And underneath of it, it says conditions requires block of redstone underneath housing. Now, it doesn't tell you anywhere, and I'm going to have to confer with her what you need to do for this malarium block. Yep, I have a malarium, a whole entire setup, right? And it took a lot. So the first thing I needed to do was to get to where I was making industrial or imperial bees, because imperial bees are the only way you're really gonna. I mean, you can get royal jelly from other locations, but really, royal combs only come from two bees: majestic and imperial. And so once you get majestic going, breed majestic over and over again, you'll get tons and tons. Yeah, I'm using integrated dynamics, and I know that a lot of people are uncomfortable with that. That's fine. It was just the easiest way for me because I know how to use it enough to do the sorting. And really, it's not a whole lot of sorting. Okay, it's just lists. It's just lists, and I tell it to keep on recycling these. So I've been making sure I got imperial bees in here every once in a while. I'll get a mutation and I'll get a majestic, and I just pull her out. Now everything is connected to this one barrel, and it's recycling everything and going everywhere where it needs to go. It's ugly. It's not nice. It is what it is, guys. I'll move it around when I get more comfortable with what I've got because I'm afraid to mess this up. I'll be honest. That's it. I'm afraid of messing this up. Now I have logs of archwood. I had so many of them. So I went ahead and I just threw a whole bunch in here. I have it exporting in here. Um, and then I have the energy being used to power this Malarian block. Now, the Malarian block needs to be made with a ton of these Malarian panels, and that requires royal jelly for each one. Well, that's what you get, I guess, there, villager. This crystalline flower, I'll talk about some of the things I missed on that too. Um, so yeah, if you can get some Imperial bees going, do that. Like that's the first work through. As far as I'm concerned, that should be your first concern. If you have the opportunity, make sure you get a sky, fake sky, because that fake sky right there will let you build over the top of it. I tested it out. Most of the bees, these beehives right here, if you notice right now, it's going to say inclement weather, inclement weather. There is a way of doing a weather control, I think, for these, but I don't. That's even another block. I just don't feel like messing with. I mean, you can go through and there's a hydro regulator and then there's framing. Now there's more framing you can do so that you can do more stuff with it. I was trying to keep the framing full. I probably could. I might. Well, I'm really tempted to do an autocraft system to keep that running. But like I said, I'm going to move this whole thing. I think I'm going to back it away and put it behind the queen's little domicile. On the server, I messed up. I didn't really mess up, but I put down a whole bunch of cocoons and stuff, and those will spawn bees, and it'll also spawn what are those called? Honey slimes. Yeah, so I'm good with her being right there. She will give you some really good drops, so it's really good to use. But we're focusing on bees here, the complicated bees, which is complicated in the name, right? I have this one being fed these logs for right now. I made a bunch of upgrades, and then I have the honey, which I'm producing a lot of honey. I mean, I'm getting royal jelly, not a lot, but yeah, that's about it. I just basically have all the royal jelly being exported here, and then I also get some propolises. I had a whole bunch of those. I had bred and bred and bred so many bees. Eventually, I couldn't help it. So let's talk about this a little bit more. Analyze your bees all the way through, and these will show. If you don't analyze your bees all the way through, I wanted to show you what it looks so like after you do these, using the microscope. You put them inside here, and it'll tell you your various combinations. So, like this is the main one right here. I want to get right. Requires a block of diamond underneath housing. That's just to get the chance for this to produce it. It's only a 26% chance, but you also have to have an amethyst bee. I do have lapic, the lapic drone, and of course, lapic is going to require a block of lapis for you to get that mutation, and it's not 100%. So I'm working towards. Actually, this is supposed to be not iron, redstone. Um, because I need to get a different bee to get that bee. So to get the amethyst, you got to have a conductive and a bituminous. Now, anytime you make a new bee, my recommendation is to breed it with itself a few times to try and work out all the genetics that you don't want until it works, like until it's just that bee coming out. Otherwise, you'll get sporadic bees that do bad behavior. It's highly also recommended, which I didn't do, and I know I should have, is to look at all these bees. Here's my princess. Um, it's highly recommended to breed your first few sets of bees to get the traits you want. Like, let's say you want it both night and day, and you want it to have resistance, and you want it to have all these different features, and then use those drones to go forward. Now, once you don't do that, like I didn't do, like a doofus, you're going to end up with a bunch of bees that have like bad behaviors that you don't like. Well, you have to sleep through the night, or you'll have to wait till it turns dark, or back and forth, etc. And then make a ton of frames, and all this stuff will have to happen, and it just becomes a real nightmare. So yeah, I screwed up, right? Industrious bees are good to make the pollen. Other than that, they're not good for anything else. That's it. Once you breed industrious bees, you're going to want to breed that out, or you're going to want to use it to, you know, just get your pollen. I will run out of pollen. I have not an infinite amount of pollen, so that's going to be an issue. But I'm just going to keep on running my Imperials because they stink at producing anything other than what this thing can do. Now, the mutator here, this malarium block already comes with a frame built into it, like technically, so that it produces more on its own. I don't, I haven't looked up yet if there's a way of making it so that it runs more than one bee at a time. I don't know. Um, I'm assuming it doesn't because I haven't seen anything say that you can make it so that it runs with more than one bee. And then I don't have any mutator in here, but in order for you can use it to do mutations if you want to. And I can't do the rain shield right yet because I don't have a Heart of the Sea yet. Um, that's coming. I'll get that. But yeah, you can do a teleport simulator, a skybox. If you right click on the temperature unit, it'll tell you your different items that you can put inside to change the temperature if you need to do that. But again, if you did it right, which I didn't do, you would make it so that they're just normal bee and they don't take temperature changes and those kind of things. So work on that. I would recommend highly working on that before going into making all the mess that I made. Because this is ridiculously overdone. Um, yeah. Okay. To environment. When a bee says that they need a certain environment, what they mean is the flower or block that they are around. Notice there's a block of deep slate here. These bees were breeding just fine because they were accepting this as deep slate, but I couldn't get these guys to breed to get the lapis. I didn't have deep slate. And if you have a desert biome that the bee comes from, you're gonna want a cactus, a regular or flower, just any flower at all, and any kind of bee that says it needs um, a dripstone, or what was that one? I can't remember, but a lush cave. You're gonna want a drip leaf, and that'll take care of your issues when it comes to those. I think, excuse me, there's gonna be ones from other dimensions when I do finally get there, which I can do now. I'll show you the sword here in a minute that I think is gonna be my success. Um, it's gonna require different blocks in order for you to produce stuff. Now, all this grass I will clear out. I will be doing Botania um, very soon because Botania is going to be on my like while I let this run, and I'm just going to let it run. It's just yeah, the centrifuge has been upgraded also. It's just going to let I'm just going to keep letting it run. I'm going to get as much as I can out of that bee, and then I'm going to move all this stuff. I'll probably have two or three of these Malarian block setups, so that way I get diamonds, and then I'm gonna in order for you to get a lot of them, you're going to have to change your queens over. And the only way to get queens that I know of is to use a scoop on a hive. And the hives are easier found at night because the way they show up on the map. At night, if you have it set, you can see it. It shows up. And this is straight from, I'm copy. This isn't me that did this. What's her name again? Um, Mirabelind. Mirabelind. Mirabelinde. Maribelind. Um, she's the one that brought it up. I think there's a couple creators also that brought it up. That if you notice that lava is like very bright, um, if you go at night and you look at maps at night, you'll see those show up in your mini map. They'll be bright. So that's the easiest way to find the um, the hives. So, and then make sure you put fortune. I did mine on accident. I put fortune on there. I didn't even think about it, but yeah, put fortune on there. Make sure you have fortune so that way you can get as many drones and queens as you can. I don't usually get much else, but that's all you really need to start the mod with. And I'm beating a dead horse, I guess, with this because I just want to make sure everybody understands what's going on. I'm burning honey droplets like left and right to power that thing. So yeah, all of this is getting ready to be moved because I'm going to be moving everything into my new house. This is just gonna be like a garage. I don't know what else to tell you. Oh, what the heck? That weathered mod is psycho. Now, okay, so that covers the bees, and yes, they still suck. They're still hard to deal with, and there's still a lot of work. But I want to cover some stuff that I did for the base. I obviously have upscaled my base a little bit, and I'm going to do a lot more. I just kind of ran out of the creative ideas and some blocks as well. Um, so I expanded it up, made it a little taller. It's going to get a lot taller and a lot bigger. But I added some, yeah, there's some doors here. So you guys can see what it looks like. I'm just expanding it out, and I'm running out of blocks, so it's starting to look kind of goofy. But I'll get some more. That won't be a problem. But yeah, you see the idea. I'm just going to build it up, frame it out, add some pillars, make it look a little bit more like this actually could have been built instead of just hanging in the sky like my clover. Yeah. So and it looks black only because I haven't. It's a render distance thing. I really like my clover. Okay, so, oof. Oh yeah, and I have this chip table, so I'm gonna use that to make some really good blocks. I didn't really expand my walls much, but they're there. Yeah. So, all right. So let's talk about this sword. I didn't know about the sword, and you can make this sword earlier on in the game. Let me show you how. I didn't know about it. I really wish somebody would have let me know, so I'm letting you know. It's enchanted alloy, diamond sword, a white dye, two pink dye, and two light blue dye, and you put them on the ground and you blow them up with TNT, and you get this really, really strong sword. And from what I can tell, it's really high. 12 damage is pretty doggone high. Now, I discovered it on accident. I was looking at a few things for like compressed iron, right? And I was like, explosion crafting. Then I saw this TNT here. I right clicked on it. And if you go over here, it'll show it up. You can also make this weird burger, but you got to be able to make all this stuff in order for this burger to be made. It's good. It's made by CubeJS, so this is a handcrafted by the mod pack author. And this one it says MC Eternal 2 library. I'm assuming that's also just handcrafted by the mod author who is making mobs and everything else for the pack. So be patient if you're playing this pack. This guy is working his butt off. Okay. Um. Yeah. So this sword, which can also be blessed with the various types of oils, which I have, it is now sanctified for unbreaking 3, smite 4, and I'm going to be putting a mending on it, and it's going to be insane and XP boost, so it will never break almost. Oops, I need to put a B away. It's a good sword. It's if you look at swords, you just look for sword. There's only a couple others that are more powerful, like this Phantasmal Blade. Uh, you can add it as a modifier, but you got to get this Phantasmal drop, which comes from a ghost. And I haven't ran into any of these apparently, or I haven't ran into enough. I think I have ectoplasm, but I don't. I mean, it's a rare drop, and they mean rare. It's rare. I did also manage to get a Lantian token. What is that? Token? No, like, no. I don't have enough to make a token yet. So I guess I'm gonna have to wait for that. That was my other play. So in my other playthrough on Sproblin server, I got a Ratlandian token from a treasure chest. I have four of them to open right now from completing B quests, and because my game has been so long that it thinks that I've been on it for so many days, so it gave me these unclaimed black market containers, which are almost always really good drops. So we'll cover that um, in the next play. Well, we'll cover that by the end of the episode. Um, yeah, there's also some stuff that you can do to your bee. If you collect a bee, you can give it a collar and you can get it teleportation and various other things. I highly recommend doing that without me thinking about it. I went ahead and put a collar on the bee and I didn't put the teleportation. So if he dies, he returns back to me because he has soulbound, but he doesn't have the teleportation spell or enchant on him. So he's going to go away. Unfortunately, I'm going to lose him if I'm not careful. But in the meantime, if you're in single player on your own, you can open up waypoints this way and teleport. I'm not going to do that as much as I can. To me, that's cheating because on a server, it's only people that are opt on the server for it to work. I verified this was problem today. Okay, so I increased the rats, but I didn't get enough females in there, so I'm not getting any babies. But I'm gonna have rats clear this area out. They actually will walk around and break. Look at this guy who spawned. How did he get by my... Oh, they're all dead. No. Anyhow, look at this sword. Check this out. Yeah, yeah. You like that? That's awesome. If you hold right click on it, it shoots out a little missile. And yeah, it has a pretty decent long cooldown, but I mean, that's not bad. It's already ready to go again. And you can clear out a lot of mobs with this thing. It's no joke. It does a lot of damage. Well, that wasn't very good. Well, it takes care of the business. You gotta wait till it charges. I mean, that's nice, right? Like that's way better than just most. Actually, even my Dragon Bone sword is not as good as that. But I mean, its attack damage is only 11 with very little on it. It's already 12. I haven't even put anything else. Like I haven't put sharpness on it yet. I haven't put mending. I mean, I haven't buffed it out. It can get really strong. So I'll be using that. But I'll be doing the Botania over this direction over here. And the reason for that is this. I'm gonna do this once so that you guys can see what it can do. I will capture myself a blaze this way. This is how you get blazes. You can craft a Fel Pumpkin from Botania with these items right here. Now, the Crimson Fungus can be a pain to get. All you have to do is put a red mushroom through a fan from Create with the Soulfire, and it'll become a Crimson Fungus, and then you can just grow it over in your area over here, or whatever with your Whirly Sprigs, or however you do it. That's going to get you a Fel Pumpkin, and the Fel Pumpkin can get you a Blaze. Now, the Blaze isn't good for Blaze rods, unfortunately. That's one thing I was really hoping for. But a Fel Pumpkin is crafted with an iron. I forgot. With iron bars. Like it's been so long since I've done Botania that I forgot all about this. But this is how you can get a blaze, and then you just capture it, put it inside your Drygmy Farm, and you'll have all the blaze you ever wanted. It's just two. Make sure there's nothing around it. Two of these, and a pumpkin on top, and this is going to make a blaze. Unless a peaceful moon comes, okay. You guys, really? This is my bed. You have lots of beds. Get off. It's my bed. Fine. It won't even get off. Where's my sleeping bag? There it is. Fine. You guys want to be a pain and take my bed? They're lazy. They don't want to travel. Oops. Let's go ahead and demonstrate this Fel Pumpkin thing. You don't need to do anything from Botania to make this to have this happen. So, I no. Here we go. Got our Fel Pumpkin. I made a few because I'm gonna probably put 2 or 3 inside there. There you go. You get a blaze. Now, like I said, they don't drop blaze rods. So I'm not fireproof yet. That's going to be a remedy that is going to be done through Ars Nouveau, probably for fireproof. But look at that. I got 10 blaze. I think it's because this one has... no, it doesn't even have luck on it or anything, or looting. That's another thing I need to get on there, is looting. So without even looting, I got 10 blaze. Yeah, you can already tell that it's in my head. I could automate the process of making this. And I might do that so that I can get blaze blood. And the reason for that is every time I defeat one of these raids that I get from the vampirism mod, that just happens all the time because I put this totem inside my village. I get this hero of the village thing for a little while. And if you have an armor smith that's running around, he will drop items. Some of them very good. What is that one called? Let's just swap it down. Let's go. All right, wow. I even got a very powerful pickaxe today. I don't think it's called pickaxe. They drop these bows. They're like a bow axe or something. Not those. Center pick. There we go. Look at this. Dragon steel. Ice dragon steel. Just like that. It gave it to me. And it was because I had a armor smith and he was happy that I destroyed the vampires and he dropped it as a reward. Now, if it has anything on it, you can't break it apart, but look at that. I can get dragon steel. Slime skin. Nutritive slime steel. So it's just another way of getting other items that you normally wouldn't be able to. And it's at random. So most of the parts I've been breaking apart and just throwing in here, but I got cobalt. I got some osmium. I can't melt them down yet. I will be able to, though, with that blaze setup. The problem is you have to keep the blazes alive while they're inside the smeltery to get the blaze blood out. So it would have to be like a separate system where they're being built and they fall and they melt and then they get built and they fall and they melt. And I don't know if I'll be able to maintain that process too long. Like I might, but it's still all going to be gated. The foundry is still going to be gated, and there's going to be a lot of other things that are still going to be gated that it's going to be kind of hard to do until you get to the end or you get to the nether at least. Let's see. We are probably at the halfway, if a little bit longer. It's going to be a short video then. You can tell the stuff that I've done here. I forgot to cover one thing about this flower. You can use your own experience or you can burn items. It's your choice how you want to do it. If you just drop items on top of it, it gets experience, but it takes a lot of items. Right now, I'm burning through items like crazy, like this rotten flesh, just so that I can make more bottles of enchanting. And I need to fill it with more bottles. But it's a great way to get yourself any enchantment in the entire pack, it's highly, 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 highly underrated, and I didn't even know about it. So yeah, that's a pretty good deal. This one right here, it says hunters only. That's because I have the weakness effect stacked on it, along with divine smite. So I'm kind of not wanting to get rid of it. But now that I have this really powerful, the Blade of Blahaj, I don't know if that's how you say it. Yeah, yeah, pretty cool. By the time I come back, I should have at least completed more of my walls, and I will be beginning to get into applied energistics so that I can get my inventory looking a lot better and that whole mess gone. This is probably going to get removed and moved to one of the floors because that's going to be like I think I want to make it like a 6, 7 story building, and then put my Botania stuff over here. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff I could talk about, especially when I do Botania. I'll just do Botania by itself. Probably videos of me just doing Botania. Botania is really not complicated, but it's also really not that overpowered. So you're not going to get god tier stuff from Botania. You're better off. Oh whoa. Oh hey. No. What? Why? Oh man. Are you kidding me? That blaze started as a fire. Oh. Oops. What a punk. Yeah, destroyed my wall. That's what I get for showing off my newfound item. I came across it in the on the server. If you leave them ashy, I don't know if they'll start on fire or not. I've also been running the risk of lightning strikes too. I realize that. Pumpkins, these things are spawning on their own, by the way. I'm not planting seeds or anything. They're just spawning on their own. Look at that. Look at that mess. Doggone it. Look, the hole. I want to extend this out even more. I'm going to have to move that tree. Let's see. What else did I need to cover? Let's just go ahead and open up these chests and call it good for the day. I'm really tired. I've had a very long day, so let's go ahead and just open loot crates. Taco, crafted by mine colonies. Cool. All right, let's see what the good stuff is. A trident. We already have that one. And go. Yes. Ice Dragon Blood. Oh man, and here I am talking up this. Man, I don't know. The damage is going to be. Wait a minute. Oh, I think that's a. Yeah, 9.5 plus 8 damage against fire dragons. It also, I think it does freezing. Yeah, it freezes targets. Oh man. Now I'm at a dilemma because which one do I use, right? Or can I dual wield them? In this pack, I don't know. I'm gonna hold on to it though, because there might be something else I can do with it. Oh, look at that. I just said that. Yeah, that's if I get a dragon. Dragon steel ingot with a Neptunian block. Holy crap. I'm gonna have a rat fish for me. I don't know if it'll work like it does in when you're playing the mini game though. All right, let's open up the last one. Thanks for the. Well, it said a diamond, but it's 12 diamonds. I'll take it. Legendary Trident can just go. I'm sure that there's a lot of other uses that I can come up with for these items, but those are pretty good. Sproutland also let me know that there's a revival bread for this armor, and I'm going to be doing that. He's got the Rs guy. Where is it? And it lets you revive one time every day, but it takes a totem of undying. There it is. And I don't. Do I even have a totem of undying yet? No. He found a woodland mansion in our server, so we're gonna look for that. I'm gonna probably look for one of those. Um, so totem. I don't even have a totem of undying yet. Magus Speller. Yeah, so I think that's about all I need to cover or I can cover that I've been doing as like I put so much time and effort into the bees. I'm burned out on the bees for a little bit, but hopefully by the time I get back I'll have the conductive bee and I'll have the lapis bee already. Already got her. I haven't analyzed her or done her genetics yet, but I know what she can do. She mixes with the amethyst bee and I get the diamantic bee, diamantic. But in order to do that, I got to get myself a conductive bee. And if you put her inside the analyzer over there, it'll tell you it needs a redstone block for it to even be formed. It's a yeah, it's a thing. But that's how you can tell what blocks you need is use this apid library, and then you'll get some decent quest rewards, or at least I did. I don't know why. Oh, there's all these different foods. Really? A honey bottle? Get out of the way. Get out of the way. That's why having a bookworm is a little bit of a pain. Honey. Really? Just there. And then I think we can do all these. Yeah, let's do those real quick. And then that'll be it for the day. How about that? So I already had some honey bread. I mean, I've been having issues with it not recognizing items, propolises and stuff like that. It just doesn't want to find it. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I had it in brochure already. Honey pork chop. Mm, do I have any pork chops? I do. The only good thing is now I have plenty of droplets. But yeah, I've already eaten them. So this would be one more loop. And I have a full set of armor, don't I? No, I don't think I do. I might. I don't know. I worked for a long time with that. Oh, return scroll. Let's throw that in there. Let's see. Yeah, this guy trades vampire souls for stuff, but he's really expensive. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to cover that because I needed you guys to know what's going on with the blazes and stuff. I will have lots of blaze. I won't have to centrifuge any more of the. In fact, I'll be able to make lava on demand if I need to as well, instead of having to use this magma crucible. Because you can just squeeze it and it'll make lava. Actually, just squeeze it by itself and it'll make lava, but the lava is set right now to go into the drying basin, which would turn it into obsidian, I think. So there's that. Plenty of lava. Yeah, that should cover it, guys. Hopefully you like the changes. I'm going to be working with Goaty a little bit more as well. I've realized that now I have enough items I can probably do a far better job with Goaty. I was going to cover that and I had a thing going and I apologize, but I wanted to make sure that I had the items available for the spells and stuff before I made the whole thing. It's not, the beginning spells are not much different than witchery and thaumcraft. So I don't want to go into that too far. Uh, yeah, long day again. Sorry, but it's been a great day. A whole lot of fun stuff. I think the build's coming along pretty good, though. I just need to finish this balcony off, add some more pillars, and I need to get more materials. If you look, I mean, I'm not dying for materials, but I'm gonna run out. I got enough maybe to finish. I don't know, maybe to finish some more. Dank Knoll. My God, doggone it. Dank Knolls are not you. I don't know if they're multidimensional, but when you make a Dank Knoll, let's go ahead and make one. If you notice, it says ID -1. The first time you open a Dank Knoll, this is something I've been learning. I screwed up in my previous one of my previous episodes or videos of Craftoria, and I didn't really understand Dank Knoll or Dank storage. It is by far the best storage mod in this pack when it comes to like being able to move stuff around because you can put it in a dock and it can have stuff pulled in of it, pulled out of it. You can carry it with you. Like I always carry this one with me. And if you notice that it says ID 0, ID 0 is the same ID as this one here. Now, if I were to lock, which I can, lock that frequency, when I open up the new Dank Null, I'm going to lock this frequency as well. So this is locked. When you lock the one, it locks the other, right? So now when I make this Dank Null, the first time I open it, it's going to have a different ID. The current Dank cannot be opened back inventory. So now I have to give it a number. Wait, what? I don't want to give it that number. What is it going on? It's saying it because the other Dank Nulls are different. I want to change it to another ID. Yeah, I know it doesn't exist yet because I don't want it to exist. It's saying I have to upgrade it. Doggone it. It's trash. But I'll throw it inside my inventory for right now. Let's do another one. I want the inventory to be locked. See, you're supposed to be able to change them. But better not. There we go. Shift right click, ID 1. So you shift right click it, it gives it a new ID. Now, that other one that's inside my inventory, it's a good way to show the example. It's going to say it can't, but if I go to 1 now, because 1 has been created by shift right clicking, I hit save. Come on. It's already been assigned to 0, so it's going to be a problem. Well, save. There. No? Oh. 1. Oh, unlock. Now go to this one. Type 1. Green, this frequency to be changed to 1. So now this Dank is the same as this Dank. See? It's a little complicated. So when you create a new one, shift right click it, not right click it, just shift right click it, and it'll assign it a new ID. You can assign them to a bunch of different IDs as you go, and you can make a whole different storage system. And each one can be linked with any kind of whatever system you're using. Integrated Dynamics is my go-to. You can use the Drygmy, not the Drygmy, the Bookworm. or the lectern, I mean, from Ars Nouveau. You can use applied energistics and use the storage bus, but it's a great way to be able to set up areas that are not touching so that you can interface with them at a range. I was going to use cloud storage, but cloud storage, you can't input output out of it. So kind of stinks in that way. And it also has to be able to see the sky, etc. So at early game, I guess it would work. There is another system for storage that uses Botania. I don't like it at all, so I'm not going to even bother, but you can use that as well. And then there's yet another storage, but that's under occultism. And occultism is going to take its own little area. I'm going to be putting that in a total different location altogether. That guy thinks that that Golem does not like them. I might break that vampirism totem, this thing right here, and see if that gets rid of this whole entire problem of the village, fake village. Anyway, thanks for stopping by, guys. I hope this was helpful for some people if they're having issues. I want to again thank you, Sproblin, and I really want to send a thank you to the Mirabelle Lindy on YouTube. She's a great help, and check out her videos. Take care. Bye bye.